don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
Slow.
On first down, Taylor. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Taylor to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
3rd and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. Here's Taylor. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Well, that's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Fielded at the 20. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll look to throw. He's got Evans. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a first down. They go play action here on first down. They'll buy some time right. Wide open receiver complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, Taylor. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Tyus Bowser in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. On second down, Taylor. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17. They go play action now. Taylor going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half, it's Taylor. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be incomplete. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Now Jones. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone had...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now back to throw. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. In for the score. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one. And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Lutz now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
play action. It's Taylor. And an alley to run. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Steps, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Third and long, it's Taylor. Uncorks one for Davis. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. Now Jones. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They go with Howard again. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10.
Gone!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They give him a gain of 37.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. As his guys are in for 6. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. What's good on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Lutz now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They go play action with Taylor. Buying time to his left. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. And an alley to run. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Lutz with the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Well, we'll see if they can do it here. Meanwhile, a throw by Taylor is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Slow.
2nd and 10 now, it's Taylor. That is incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action, now Taylor. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Mike Daniels in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They'll indeed go for it. It's Taylor. But he's got it to Hearns. And they'll get it all the way. Up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Taylor now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Taylor off the play fake. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Taylor now off the bootleg. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or they're athletic.
Third and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack.
Ready, flag for
To throw is Taylor. Off play action. Uncorks one for Davis. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big third down play there for the Niners. 48 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. He's going to take a shot, and it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
He's going to air one out. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because...
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Jordan Howard with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now it's Taylor on the move to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Taylor, flush to his right. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Taylor. being chased out left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Kaiser Wright. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Jordan Howard with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know. I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
The throw by Taylor here, and that's incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Off the play fake. Taylor. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Now Taylor. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Taylor will throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
This is taken at his 4. He hurdles him.
Should get a gold medal for that one.
And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Off play action. Taylor. And an alley to run. Big hold of the 30. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On third down, Taylor. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
After the interception, here's Taylor. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now a desperation throw deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there for the Niners. 49 yards. From the red zone now, here's Taylor on first down. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Sturgis adds the PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you needed to get in sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He got 29 yards that time.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, Charles.